Good evening, fight fans. I'm Max Soares. By my side tonight, the good old Plinio Cruz. 3 fights for you guys on LFA Fight Network, live and of course free. Free things are always good. We start off with Leidiane Fernandez going against Julia Ariana in the Bantamweight bout. Then Bia Consoli undefeated in the Flyweight division facing Patricia Batista. Then we close it off with Gabi Fujimoto in the Strawweight division facing Claudia Alves. This is not a mistake. Yes, there are 3 women fights, one after the other. No better way to start off our LFA 183 card. One day before historical UFC 301. And the tail of tape for you guys, Fernandez 32, Ariana 30. 3-1 for Fernandez, 2-1 for Ariana. Ariana has the height and reach advantage. And this tail of tape is brought to you by Weepy. This is the first of 3 here on LFA Fight Network. Welcome to our YouTube channel. Hope you guys love it. Stay tuned. We will have all the other action on LFA 183 for UFC Fight Pass fans. And with no further ado, let's head over to my man, Leonardo Levati.
This fight is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the LFA Bantamweight division. And it's brought to you by Whippy. Starting with the blue corner, ladies and gentlemen. This fighter is a grappler and has a center style. She stands 5 feet 6 inches tall and weighs in at 135.6 pounds. This is her 5th professional fight with 3 wins, including 1 KO and 1 submission victory. Representing Team Uday Lima and fighting out of Sao Paulo, please welcome Julia Ariana. And standing across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. This fighter is a wrestler. She stands 5 feet 4 inches tall and weighs in at 130 pounds. This is her 4th professional fight with 2 wins, including 1 submission victory. Representing Rizu RVT and fighting out of Rio de Janeiro, please welcome Leidiane Fernandez. And the referee in charge of this bout is Igor Falcão.
Igor Falcão, the man in charge of the action here. LFA 183 kicking off Rio de Janeiro. We kick off with the ladies in the Bantamweight division. Julia Ariana in the blue corner, 3-1. Leidiane Fernandez in the red corner. That's the one you see right now. Red corner joined tonight by one of the most scary men I've been by my side, Plinio Cruz.
Good to be with you guys here. Let's see start this action with 2 great athletes coming from 2 great camps. Ariana coming from Uday Lima, legendary old school Vale Tudo fighter in Sao Paulo, Brazil. And Fernandez coming from Pedro Hil's camp. He doesn't get more legendary than Pedro Hil's right now.
Yeah, you got some heavy corners here tonight. Very well represented. Fernandez in the red tape, Ariana in the blue tape. Possible 3 5-minute rounds of action. Fernandez using those leg kicks, as we should expect. Plinio coming from a Pedro Hizo background, we're going to see the chopping of the legs happening a lot here.
To chop the tree, got to start from the bottom.
Exactly.
The reason did all those camps. Marco, who was legendary, those camps also Peter Ertz in Holland. Oh, nice exchange over there. Nice right hook by Ariana.
Ariana lands a nice straight right, takes Fernandez to the ground. He's already up on the scorecards, but those legs can be dangerous. Like you said, you chop a tree from the bottom, and once you hit those legs and start swelling up, the movement itself is very hard. It's hard to move laterally. Is she doing the right strategy in your eyes, Plinio?
She's doing the right strategy by starting from the bottom, but the problem is you got to put a little more hands. Both athletes seem to be very composed, being very measured with each other, which is a good thing. Ariana seems to be having a little more heat on the hands, a little more power. But Leidiane is doing the good thing. If you're abusing those leg kicks, see if she can put a little more combination with the hands before she do that.
I always like to say that leg kicks are something that you can't just take for granted and take for so long, because as the rounds go on, they get more effective. Able to take Ariana down. Fernandez doesn't want anything to do with the ground right now. That's what it seems. She's going to keep chopping on the legs. 3 minutes and 20 seconds left in this initial round. We can see Ariana, married to a high-level black belt and a Vale Tudo legend, like you said, from Sao Paulo, has a solid ground game, a purple belt in jiu-jitsu. Nice up kick there. 3 minutes left, and Fernandez doesn't want anything to do with Ariana's ground game right now.
I would like to see Fernandez at least advance a little bit of that position, try some shots on the ground and pound. After that foot sweep, she was able to land one hammer fist, made damage. I would like to see her explore a little more on the ground.
Ref has the fight standing. We're almost halfway through this initial round. Ariana in her southpaw stance, mirroring Fernandez. Another leg kick. Good overhand left. Wow, those kicks are landing, but Ariana is managing to come through with those punches. It's just almost kind of, what's gonna land first? Is it the legs that are gonna hurt more, or is it the hands that are gonna knock her down?
What we see here is a little more of the edge of Leidiane with the kicks and Ariana with the hands.
See some damage done to Fernandez's nose there. You can see some swelling due to those straight punches. They're coming straight down the pipe, Cunio, and you being a kickboxing expert, how important is that? With 4-ounce gloves, that gets very dangerous.
Absolutely, that's why I gotta measure distance, especially when you're fighting a southpaw like Ariana. You gotta be aware of the punches that come straight down the pipe, especially when the southpaw steps to the outside. He got the full advantage of the distance to land straight shots down the face.
You can kind of tell what Fernandez's game plan is. She doesn't want to go to the ground. She doesn't want to be into Ariana's guard. Ariana seemed comfortable going to the ground with her back on the mat, was pulling in for that guard. But Fernandez, you can already see the swelling on the left leg of Ariana. Inside and out. She got hit a couple times on the inside, mostly on the outside, and that's the reason why she switched bases. Dutch kickboxing. You switch bases.
Whoa, beautiful knockout.
Lights out!
Wow.
Holy moly, Leidiane Fernandez gets a highlight reel knockout, kicking off LFA 183. I was looking at you when it happened. Oh my God.
This is LFA, my friends. Do not blink. Otherwise you'll miss it.
I'm gonna have to take a look at that replay because I didn't even see it coming. I was looking at you trying to prove a point. Apparently Leidiane Fernandez proved her point inside the cage right now. Let's take a look at that replay. Here we go. Moving in with that punch and that right cross.
Just when we were saying
And
about kick without putting the hands first.
Yep. You gotta put the hands. She didn't do that. Lights out, one punch knockout, caught that kick, showed her power. Pedro Rizzo is already 1-up, starting the first fight. He's also with co-main event former LFA middleweight champ Lucas Fernando that does second to last fight on tonight's card. Has a lot to work, has some time though, Pedro Rizzo, now to eat a sandwich and then go warm up. Lucas Fernando, what a victory for Leidiane Fernandez.
Don't ever count nobody from Rizzo out. Just when Ariana seemed to be starting to be getting a little more comfortable, she was able to land a spinning back kick. She was putting the hands to a switching stance. Made the mistake to just throw a low kick without putting the hands, without boxing, without cover. You know, Fernandez was able to capitalize that moment and throw that ball.
And Leidiane Fernandez followed the game plan. She didn't want to go to the ground. When Julia Ariana went to the ground, she kept kicking, she kept her distance, she wanted the fight standing. She knew exactly what she wanted. She knew that hand would go through, and if it did, it was game over. One punch knockout for Leidiane Fernandez, moves on to 3-1 now, makes her LFA debut successfully, puts a little green square there on her Tapology. What a way to start the night, Plinio.
Oh, and we just got it warmed up. I feel that here in Brazil, there's so much talent. The fighters are so hungry to make the big scene, to give their families a better opportunity, a better condition. I think we're going to be seeing beautiful fights here tonight. You never have a bad night in Brazil.
That's it, and let's head up to the cage with Leonardo Lavati and make this first fight of the night official.
Referee Igor Falcão has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes and 46 seconds of round number 1, declaring the winner by knockout, Leidiane Fernandez.
Leidiane Fernandez has her Monster Energy drink in her hands, gonna chug that bad boy in the back there, Plinio. goes to 3-1. What a way to start off the night. What a way to debut here in the LFA. And there you have it. Marlon Sandro, Pedro Hizzo, trains with a couple legends. I could probably say that she's very well accompanied in her team.
100%. We talk about living legends that have been through all in the cage, in the ring, and on the mats. Nothing better than getting that experience. See, Ariana was over there for a little bit of the edge of the hands. She was able to put the knockdown, but Fernando was able to stay composed. Put a good leg, foot sweep over there. Nice high kick.
And it's very important to say, very, very young in their careers also. So that's important to get that experience.
Absolutely. Both of them have a bright future ahead of them. That's a highlight reel.
That was the first fight of the night. We still have 2 more live and free for you guys here on LFA Fight Network on YouTube. We will be back shortly with more action here at LFA 183. And we have 2 more fights coming up. We had that last fight. That was already a pre-game and a preview of what is going to happen tonight. The first fight of the night ended with a first-round knockout. Beautiful straight right hand after catching a kick. Leidiani took her 3rd victory home with a beautiful debut. Coming up next, we have the first undefeated fighter to step in this cage tonight. Bia Consoli, 3-0 in her career in the flyweight division, facing Patricia Batista. Another fight to keep your eye on. Bia Consoli is set to be a prospect. A lot of shine has been put on this young lady. Very young, local here in Rio, training out of a very tight professional KO squad. A lot of killers on that team. Excited to see her in the cage tonight. Then after that, we have one more fight. We close out here on LFA Fight Network with the early prelims, Gabi Fujimoto and Claudia Alves in the strawweight division. After that, Plinio and I head over to the Portuguese broadcast for UFC Fight Pass Brazil. Reminding you guys that main card tonight, LFA 183, live and exclusively on UFC Fight Pass. My main man, Ron Kruk, will be alongside Gilbert Burns for the American broadcast, and Plinio Cruz and I take a couple steps to our left, sit down on the Portuguese broadcast booth and have some fun there for a couple of fights, Plinio.
Absolutely, Max. What a great way to not only kick off tonight, but this beautiful weekend of fighting back-to-back between the LFA and tomorrow with the UFC. Start with a beautiful knockout. I'm excited for this beautiful night of fights in Brazil. Like I say, there's never one bad night in Brazil.
For those of you who don't know, Plinio Cruz, world-renowned MMA legend, various titles in the MMA world, and also kind of walks around with a guy that people call one of the most dangerous and feared men on the planet, also known as Alex Pereira, or popularly just called as Shama.
Shama.
How does it feel, Plinio? I mean, you were talking about being here in Rio for UFC 301. Alex is here. He's been getting so much attention from the fans, and he likes to present his culture, right? He walks around with his culture, his colors, his feathers. What does that feel like to be around that so much?
Well, absolutely. Does not get more Brazilian than Alex Pereira, the guy that spread to the world now the indigenous pata shock culture from Brazil. And it's beautiful because we've been all over the world right now with him. I'm coaching him all over, and it's beautiful that we come back to our home and been getting all this love from the fans. We were able to see Canada, Dubai, Russia, the United States, but we were not able to see and get welcome yet by our own people. And it's beautiful to be here this week and getting so much love from the fans all over for this guy that represents not only the MMA nation, but the indigenous, the Brazilian MMA game all over the world. What he's putting the flag of the Brazilian MMA on his back and taking those titles. So it's beautiful to see all this love.
Well said, Plinio. Let's head to the tail of the tape for this next fight of the night. 3-0 for Consoli, 3-1 for Batista. The younger Consoli at 24, Batista 25. Bia Consoli has the height advantage, but Patricia Batista has the reach advantage. This tail of the tape is brought to you by MKS. Second fight of the night here for LFA Fight Network. And let's head over to my man Leonardo Lavati for the official presentation of these young ladies.
This fight is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the LFA Flyweight division, and it's brought to you by MKS. Fighting out of the blue corner, ladies and gentlemen, this fighter is a mixed martial artist. She stands 5 feet 2 inches tall and weighs in at 126 pounds. This is her 5th professional fight with 3 wins, including 1 KO victory, representing Diogo Teles MMA and Team Lucas Cebola, fighting out of Redenção Pará. Please welcome Patricia Batista. And standing across the gate, fighting out of the red corner, this fighter is also a mixed martial artist. She stands 5 feet and 7 inches tall, weighs in at 125.2 pounds. This is her 4th professional fight with an undefeated record of 3 wins, representing Kyo Squad and fighting out of Rio de Janeiro, referee in charge of this bout is João Cláudio Soares.
João Cláudio Soares, the man in charge of the cage in the second bout of the early prelims, your LFA 183. Patricia Batista, blue tape. Bia Consoli, red tape. Women's flyweight division. Another great scrap, another one that you can't miss. Like the last one, it was lightning quick. It happened right before your eyes, and it was hard to see. I was talking to you, Plino, when it happened. Had to look at the replay to understand what happened. But this is another great fight. Consoli is said to be a prospect fighting out locally from Rio. KO squad, a lot of killers from that team. She is Gabi Fujimoto's training partner, which is coming up right next after this fight. Good kickboxer, good reach. Has the height and reach advantage, Plino. I mean, when you have that, you've got a lot in your hands.
Well, like I said before, do not believe it's LFA, but not all LFA Brazil. Talents right here. Bia seems very composed. She has a very good form. She seems very calm. She comes from a very good camp, legendary camp from Feijão. We got Rodolfo Belado there, UFC fighter. And man, the way that she's doing right now, beautiful jab. She's staying behind that jab, staying on that distance. Nice form, nice balance. I expect great things on this girl.
Moving around nicely, got that right hand very high, elbow tucked in. Even though she's at a very young age, her record shows that she's good. She's still gaining that experience, right, Plino? It's good to be in tough matchups inside the cage. Probably her toughest matchup up to date. First time she's facing an opponent that's more experienced. Patricia has 4 fights, going into her 5th professional fight, constantly going into her 4th. So has an edge on Consoli, Patricia with experience and cage time, but Bia Consoli is just a monster. She lives the lifestyle, she trains right, she eats right, she sleeps right, and I can see this young lady going very fast.
So far tonight, she's doing also everything right. Patricia seems to have a little bit of trouble to staying on that distance. She will have to be a little, she might have to take a little bit of risk to cut that distance from Bia. Bia is staying behind the jab. It kind of already started to close Patricia's eye a little bit. And I think the game plan that this team is going to put it tonight are beautiful. I think, wow, she's very calm. She's very composed.
Patricia Batista moving around, shows she has good footwork, trying to use her hands to kind of take Bia's attention a little bit more. Her being the shorter fighter, I mean, is it correct to say that she has to close the distance and do exactly what she's doing now?
Absolutely. Now she's going to have to put a little bit of a dog fight. There's a big game plan over there to put her on the cage right now. Bia still seems to be very composed, using 2-on-1 on those grips over there on the wrestling. Seems to be, so far right now, a very entertaining fight to watch.
Bia constantly has that overhook there on her with her left arm, preventing Batista from gaining too much space. Doing the right thing, but Batista also closing the distance, and like we were talking about it, that's what she needs to do. This is where the fight is going to be in her favor. Closing the distance, grabbing, 2 hands on 1.
Bia doing a great job over there. I love this Feijão job. He's the guy who also helped a lot Anderson Silva on those fights and to stay on his feet. And that's what this can do. They are very good on those grips on the clinch. Very hard to take the guys from KO squad down. Now the fight resets in the middle. She's still losing that jab, but you see how Bia do. She jabs, but she does not lean forward. She does not waste distance over there. Everything's whipped on the face. Look at that.
Batista did a good job there countering with that straight right. Caught constantly right on the tip of the chin, barely caught it. Moving around, nice leg kick there by Constantly on top. Nice half guard control. She got the down, she's on top, she's got the half guard control. Batista trying to do that knee shield there, but constantly, as you can see, as we've been saying, good hand control. She's controlling the right hand, she's progressing, she's transitioning forward very smoothly and not being passive at all.
No, beautiful work, beautiful control. Also good position on the ground and pound of it there, but I think the best game plan that she's doing right now is working, staying on her feet, using those jabs, using that distance. She's definitely controlling the fight right now.
Moving around. What impresses me a lot about Constantly, and like I said, again, this is not a one-sided thing. I'm talking a lot about Constantly because she's fought for us before, and Batista makes her debut, but Constantly, when she came in for the weigh-ins yesterday, when she came to check in her weight 2 days before, she was huge. I'm like, wow, how is this girl gonna lose, 10 to 12 pounds but she did it professionally, made the weight. And I'm just excited to see where she can go. But Batista is a tough test. You know, Constantly is used to quick finishes. Batista is here proving that she can get Constantly past that initial round and take her to the trenches and test her out.
No, absolutely. Everybody's stuck on first round. Bia seems to be doing the right things. I'm pretty sure that she's probably gonna keep doing the same game plan. But Patricia's doing also a good job, staying forward, trying to do whatever he can. Now in the second round, we're gonna see how it's gonna work.
Bia Constantly apparently comfortable, fighting at home, did a little heart with her hands to her fans. As we take a look at that replay here, first round of action.
Beautiful one too.
Yeah, good one, choose by Bia. Very wide base. It's good to move in and move out and keep your balance.
Also, almost like a Pereira, the way that she stays sitting on her center of gravity, the way that she delivered the jabs with the 1-2 and moving back. Beautiful foot sweep, beautiful hammer fist over there. Very composed. I'm very impressed with this girl. For the record, only, but not nothing because 3-0, but you know what I mean?
It's in the beginning of a career. Safe to say that Bia took this first round 10-9?
100%.
It's funny because depending on the judges, we've had judges give 10-8s when the presentation of the athlete is borderline higher in control. She did have control. Wasn't really a knockdown, it was a leg kick. I would say it was a 10-9.
10-9 for sure, 10-8 if there was some knockdown.
Yes.
But she definitely had the control from the first to the last round.
I gotta say, what's impressive is how quick she landed that leg kick and fell in a safe, controlled half guard with the hammer fist.
Oh, I'm not saying that she had the hands off, but she definitely had the stance and the balance of a world-class kickboxer. I'm very impressed.
5 more minutes in the second round, second fight of the early prelims. We have one more for you guys after this. Claudia Alves versus Gabi Fujimoto in the strawweight division. Then Plinio Cruz and I take a couple steps to the other side of the cage and do the Brazilian broadcast. And my man Ron Kruk and the Hall of Famer, one of the most humble guys I've met in my life, Gilbert Burns, will be sitting next to Ron Kruk for the English broadcast.
Beautiful job.
Batista came back a little bit more active. Her corner's probably told her, hey, you got to pick it up this round. We might have lost that first.
100%, Batista tried hard. It's hard to also when your corner pushes to go forward to be more aggressive. Sometimes you end up exposing yourself more, and it's kind of stepping a little bit because now Bia is able to put even more combinations. A lot of leg kicks following up from that jab.
Batista, eyes wide open, very concentrated on her reflexes. Did get that right hand through on Constantly shortly.
Batista doing a good job too, but she's only trying to go for the head. Good game plan for her will be also doing a little more head movement, start throwing some body shots, going upstairs and close the distance for the clean.
Nice high kick there by Batista. Feinted that leg kick constantly, didn't go through with it. And the jab finds the target once again, goes in for that body lock. Good takedown.
Wow.
Very, I always like to say the secure, safe, easy takedowns are the ones that work. Like here in Brazil, we say it's the rice and beans that work, right?
100%. Stay with the basics. Stay home. Basic win championships.
She's got that hip control. The arm is all the way around, making it hard for Batista to move those hips, to shrimp out. Got that half guard. I always like to say, Plinio, that for me, the half guard is the best position to strike in MMA.
100%.
You got ratio for your body. You know how to create space, and you're still locking in your opponent.
100%. She was out trying to lock the arm from around the waist. Very advanced game for a fighter that's only 3-0 with such a young career.
Halfway through the
really
second
trying
round.
to use the famous São Paulo pass now, locking those shoulders in. So she's able to lock the back of the shoulders on the ground, so the hip kind of got stuck. If she's able to kick a little bit the inside of the thigh, she's able to get a full pass from there.
And when you've got your back on the mat, that is a painful thing when somebody's passing your guard like that. I mean,
beautiful mount.
There it is.
All out, control.
Bia constantly on the mount. Batista maybe looking to give up that back. Back in, shrimped. And constantly on her like a fat tick, like a tick on a fat cow, Plinio. I mean, not gonna let go. She's glued on her.
Bia right now is just basically gliding and riding Patricia over there, which is smart. She's not overpowered. She's just flowing with the movements. But you see how she stays heavy on the waistline. She stays heavy on that knee right now, so she cannot regard. That's the game over there. There'll be a beautiful pass right now. She just kick the legs back and keep sprawling on that knee and conquer it.
Trying to do some sort of a knee shield though, Batista not successful. It's below the waistline. and constantly trying to use that left hook with her foot to free her right leg so she's able to pass, like Pino was saying. Not giving any type of space to Batista. 1 minute and 30 seconds left. Top control for the local, undefeated Bia Consul. Second fight of the night. We're back in Rio de Janeiro for the second show straight here at LFA. Opening up the weekend here in Rio, we have UFC 301 tomorrow. We have Madonna in Copacabana. I mean, Rio's gonna be crazy tomorrow.
My brother, Rio got weekend full of stars.
Rio has all the stars this weekend. 1 minute left here. And I gotta tell you, some of these stars are on this main card tonight at LFA 183. Main event, we will have the ladies back in action in the strawweight division. Naizi Cantanhede faces Yasmin Guimarães in what should be an epic strawweight battle.
Stay tuned, because you're definitely going to witness tonight some rising and future stars here at the LFA campus too.
Yes, you will. 30 seconds left. Bia Consul is on a mission, does not want to leave any space. Good kick by Batista. They're back on their feet. Coming towards the end of the second round. Jab attempt there by Consul. Both in the center of the cage. Nice leg kick there by Batista. Rushed in for that. Closing up the distance. He's going to end this round inside the guard. Got to be careful with that right arm. That was out. Almost a triangle attempt there for Bia. Trying to keep Batista close. Doing the right thing. Doesn't want to take damage. Second round to the book. Plinio Cruz. Different round from the first, right? Batista came back a little bit strong.
Batista came back a little bit strong. I feel that Bia started to get tired a little bit towards the end of the round. But also she did put a lot of pressure, and she put a lot of work on that ground and pound and on those transitions. While Batista was more pacing herself, she secured grip, she was breathing a little bit, but I'll still give another round for Bia right now. So if she's able to recover and to do the corners do a good job right now between the rounds, I think he still got everything to win a third round or to win a decision.
And we were talking about these two young ladies and about how they're so early and young in their careers, right? And I always say that cage time is something that's precious for somebody that's in the beginning of their career. The more, it's awesome to have the one-punch knockouts within the first 15 seconds. It's awesome. You should have a highlight like that in your career. But it's also very good to run the 15 minutes, to run the clock from the beginning all the way to the end, and have the full MMA experience, the ups and downs of a fight, right, Plinio? The times your mind is down, the times you're losing, the times you're confident.
Words of the highlight reel man of the world, Alex Pereira.
Oh, yeah.
Once you fight 25 minutes, you know what you're made of.
Exactly. That's very true. Last 5 minutes of this second fight of the night, we have Patricia Batista in the blue tape, Bia Consul, undefeated local, in the red tape. And yes, that is a Monster Energy drink sign that you see in the middle of that cage. And yes, Plinio and I are enjoying our own little Monster. Cheers to that. We're in Rio. It's hot.
Enjoy fights, enjoy Monster Energy,
and we got a cold energy
LFA.
Drink. And I also have my man Joe Amigo here next to me. When you see Joe, you're safe.
I feel nothing but safe right now. Patricia starting again, also dominating the center. Bia seems to need a little bit of time to recover a little more. I think she guessed a little bit towards the second round due to the work that she put on.
We do have the bigger portion of the crowd cheering for Bia. Obviously, the local, her mom is here in the crowd, always with her at weigh-ins, during the fights, making sure she's close and following her daughter's career. Kudos to that. Not everybody does, especially in the MMA world. Like, who likes to see their kids getting punched,
100%. She's here in her city. Kudos for all the support from friends and family. It's great to have that. Sometimes you're tired, sometimes you're not having the best of the round, and then cheering for you, it brings you back.
It almost makes me think like Batista closing the distance now is nothing more than trying not to take too much damage. Trying to avoid that damage that Bia was doing with the jabs from her own distance. Takes that down, but she's almost giving up her back. That's a very dangerous position. Batista, even though Bia had that single leg, she was able, if she's able to put that left hook over, she's got a good back take.
That's what happens most of the time when you go for an inside single like that with her shoulder towards the cage. You gotta be careful once you pull that foot to go and put that on the hook. If you wait too long, that's an unfortunate situation.
crowd now cheering for Bia. And we have the instructions from Bia's corner close by. Being said, she's looking at her corner, she's answering. They're trying to put out the step-by-step for her to get out of this position. Batista does have both hooks in now, not completely on her back, kind of sideways a little bit, but does have both hooks in. Now completely on her back, but Bia's doing the right thing, keeping the weight on her back and fighting the hands.
Bia seems to be trying to get a control over there. Actually, she seems safe right now. She's pacing herself, getting some air over there. She knows she wants 2 rounds. Not too much of a rush right now.
A little over 2 minutes.
Very composed, actually, by the way, to be honest with you. Now she got to be careful just from Patricia. She's not trying to hard.
She's attempting to turn around, almost there. She's grabbing the right arm, and she did the 180. She's flipped over. Bia constantly in a very good position. Try now
Going crazy for Bia right now
to make Batista pay for that mistake of letting her switch over. Raining down those bombs from up above. Batista doing a good job of putting that foot on the hip, but she has to push. There's no use in keeping that foot if you're closing that distance. Bia constantly now trying to make up for that time loss. 1 minute and 30 seconds left. Bia constantly on top. Background there, we see our matchmaker, Mark Beery, CEO at Soares. They took the flight all the way over to Brazil to make sure they were in on the action personally here cage side. Bia constantly now taking control of the actions. Basically last minute of the fight.
Patricia holding that hand. Bia seems to be having the grip from around of the other arm. Good positioning there. It's going to be hard for Bia to get up. So she has the arm is trapped by Bia with the right grip, the left grip.
She's doing that very nice grip.
Very advanced grappling skill for a fighter in such a young position.
Very technical grappling here from the undefeated Bia. The crowd is on their feet. They're chanting for their favorite here. Bia constantly 30 seconds left.
30 seconds away for before and
Yes, second fight of the night. We have the third one here for you guys still for the early prelims. Claudia Alves and Gabi Fujimoto in the strawweight division. Then it's off to my man Ron Kruk and Gilbert Burns for the rest of the card. Here at LFA 183. Bia constantly making sure she stays on top here. The end of this round, 10 seconds left. You hear the clap. She's gonna pick up the pace here a little bit, trying to control that hand, Batista. But Bia wants some elbows, she wants some blood, she wants some action. That's it for the second fight of the night. Patricia Batista facing Bia constantly. Applause from the crowd, everybody's standing, they're cheering. Plinio Cruz, second fight of the night, first fight to go the distance. Safe to say that Bia constantly got that decision win?
Safe to say 100%. Show skills, not only good enough for only 3-0, but for 4-0, 5-0, for the next level, whatever you guys want to call. I think we are witnessing here a rising star and a future potential, maybe world champion from Brazil right here.
I agree. Bia, she has the work ethic, she has the record. Of course, we're going to decision. Yes, we were going to decision, and you never know how the judges saw it, but being in this game long enough, you have that hunch, you have that feeling. And if she improves to 4-0, major accomplishment here for the 24-year-old. Very solid grappling. That body lock takedown was so technical.
Max, also kudos for the KO squad from Feijão and from all those guys from that camp, from all her coaches, because sometimes a fighter comes in him, fighting represents a team, but he doesn't fight, he doesn't use none of the characteristics or techniques from that team. You can definitely see Bia, the way that she worked today. You see a lot of those guys with those grips, with those games, with those jabs, with those leg kicks. So I think I'm very happy to see that these guys are breeding such a fine, good fighter for the future.
We have Bia Consley and Patricia Batista inside the cage. Juan Claudio Soares is the man that's going to raise a hand, and Leonardo Lavati is the voice that's going to announce the winner.
The judges scored this contest 30-26, 30-27, and 30-27, all in favor of the winner by unanimous decision, Bia Consley!
Bia constantly improves to 4-0. Now, listening to the decision, we did have a 30-26. That means one round was a 10-8 round. Don't know which round the judges saw, maybe the first. But complete domination there by Bia. There's her mom raising her hands, thanking the skies. Her daughter is still undefeated and is set to be one of the biggest prospects in the flyweight division. I gotta tell you, man, at 125, this girl can be a powerhouse. If she does it right, she can be a powerhouse.
Right now, I'm really impressed just to see the level of technique that you have, the balance that you have on her feet. She was put in deep waters right here with her rear naked choke on the neck. She was able to escape there, come back with the ground and pound. So I'm very, very impressed, and I'm excited to see the future of such a young prospect. 4-0 right now, Bia.
That was the second fight of the night. We have one more for you in a little bit. That'll be our last early prelim in the strawweight division with one more undefeated. Gabi Fujimoto facing a very experienced Claudia Alves. We'll be back shortly. Second fight of the night was a very good fight. We had a prospect.
She's well-rounded. She's taking a challenge tonight because she's fighting her opponent with almost more than double all her fights. Don't never count nobody out. 6-5-1 can be, you know, she can bring anything to the cage, but the young prospect over there, I'm excited to see this fight.
Very excited as well. On the screen for you guys, On a Bet, our official sports betting sponsor for LFA 183, put up the odds. We have the odds for the entire main card. Main event there, Yasmin Guimarães facing Naizi Cantanhede. First fight of the night, the heavyweights, the big boys, Mateus Fonseca versus Thalisson Teixeira. We have Marcelo Marquez, jiu-jitsu ace, 9-0 in his career. And speaking of Marcelo Marquez, the biggest favorite on the card, minus 1,600. Is that a good one to bet on, Plinio?
Oh, absolutely good. Absolutely. I don't think you guys any better than that.
So if you want to and you want to make that extra money, take your girl out to dinner, have a little glass of wine, a steak dinner, head to onabet.com, scan the QR code there on the lower right corner of your screen, place that bet, cross your fingers, cheer for the fighter, and make sure that if you win, your wife knows you're taking her to dinner. Or you can just get the guys together and watch a football game. Tail of tape on the screen for you guys. Strawweight bout, 3 5-minute rounds. Gabi Fujimoto undefeated, 4-0. Claudia Alves, much more experienced, 6-5. Also much older, 33 versus Fujimoto's 21. And Gabi Fujimoto has the height advantage, clocking in at 115. And Claudia Alves a little below at 113. Tail of tape that's brought to you by Avati. Fighters are in the cage. Let's throw it over to Leonardo Lavati.
Starting with the blue corner, ladies and gentlemen, this fighter is a striker. She stands 5 feet inches tall and weighs in at 113.4 pounds with 6 wins, including 2 knockouts, representing Hosho Strike Team, and fighting out of Belém, Pará, please welcome Claudia Cebolinha Alves. And standing across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, this fighter is a grappler. She stands 5 feet 4 inches tall and weighs in at 115.4 pounds with an undefeated record of 4 wins, including 1 knockout and 1 submission, representing KO Squad, and fighting out of Rio de Janeiro, please welcome Gabi Fujimoto. And the referee in charge of this bout is Fernando Portela.
Third fight of this early prelims. We have Claudia Alves facing Gabi Fujimoto. Fujimoto, as you see in the red tape on your screen right now, and Claudia Alves in the blue tape, the more experienced of the two. 3 5-minute rounds in the last fight of the early prelims. This is the fight that we were looking forward to. This is Gabi Fujimoto's first very tough test, Plinio. She's facing a much more experienced fighter, and I gotta tell you, these shorter fighters, especially the women at strawweight, are very, very dangerous. Very, very dangerous.
Yeah, Fujimoto's fighting she's composed like she's fighting somebody that never fought before. I don't think she's considering the opponent's record. Good leg kick over there, sure to put a good body shot, good balance, good feints over there. Very good front kick. Wow.
And I like it when fighters use that outside leg kick and come back with a left hook or a cross. It keeps your opponent guessing. What's going to happen? Is there a takedown coming? What is going to happen? That you have to keep your opponent guessing. That's the key.
100%. Very good feints. She also have a very good timing with that push kick over there. When you throw push kick, sometimes you make your opponent very confused. It's very hard for your opponent to find your distance because they don't know if they step with the jab, they're going to take that kick. It can be a knockout too if it's on the liver. Both studying a lot each other too. Nice body lock over there by Fujimoto.
3 minutes,
very good underhook.
3 minutes and 43 seconds. I was talking to Gilbert in Portuguese. All of a sudden, I come back speaking Portuguese.
Very good body lock takedown over there by Fujimoto.
3 minutes and 30 seconds now. Fujimoto's back on top, and I'm also back on my English.
LFA is worldwide.
Bilingual brain works different, I gotta tell you.
Worldwide. We please all the fans.
We got Gabi Fujimoto on top. She's known to be very efficient with her ground and pound, and that's not only her. We got everybody at KO Squad. We saw that with Bia Consley in this fight before. Knows how to position their hips. This is something that wrestlers are very good at.
100%. She has very good control right there. You saw that even she posted one of the legs were up when the guard was open, so the opponent was not able to scoop or to go over there. She has very good control, very good posture on the ground and pound over there. See how she stays straight up sometimes. Very good elbows.
Basically halfway through this first round.
Nice attack for the leg lock over there.
Going for very nice defense there by Gabi Fujimoto. Stays on top, maintains her position and her dominance, leaving Claudia Alves with nothing left but to try to escape from a heavy hip of Fujimoto.
Very cool, very good.
You can hear her coach on the side saying, "Be careful when you pass. Don't give her space for her to stand up." Perfect coaching.
What she's doing right now.
Perfect coaching. Went to the other side. Has the control. Heavy hips there on Alves. Trying to keep control and also stay busy. You can see Alves is trying to make a way up. Using the hips. Trying to use the K to get back up. She's got her feet closed. It could be something easy to get back up, but Fujimoto is doing it right and following her around and not letting her create the space or the angle to get back up.
Very good pressure there from Fujimoto. Not letting the opponent get up. I like to see her try to grab a guillotine or something from there, but not pull back, just to squeeze over there. She had the hips already dip on the inside. She could definitely go for a choke over there from the front choke.
A little over a minute left in this first round. Nice takedown by Alves. Surprise Fujimoto. Got one hook in already. That was something that Gabi Fujimoto was not expecting. And this is the beauty of jiu-jitsu and the element of surprise.
And that's what happens sometimes when you fight an opponent. It's 6 and 5. But those 5 losses, you don't know how they came from, what happened. So it's a lot of good or bad, a lot of rounds, a lot of experience, a much more seasoned fighter. So you can also look on the opponent's record sometimes.
Speaking of seasoned ref, Fernando Portela looking closely at the action, make sure there's no finger or glove grabbing here as Alves keeps her top position, trying to go for a full mount. Gabi Fujimoto trying to move up that left leg a little bit. Is this the correct defense, Plinio? I mean, if you don't know.
Correct defense, but Fujimoto is more over there to be securing a grip. She seemed very calm. The next step over there should be pushing those knees down and scooping the weight to the hips, to the outside, and try to secure a half guard straight from there.
If you don't know, I mean, Plinio Cruz, not only a renowned MMA fighter, but a high-level jiu-jitsu black belt, has the credentials to say what's wrong and what's right.
Right now she's smart. She's just following the fight for the end of the round like she did this.
First round is in the books. Last fight of the early prelims, Gabi Fujimoto goes to 5 minutes against Claudia Alves. Very close fight, back and forth. You think what Claudia Alves did in the end with that back take was enough, Plinio, to take this round, or did Gabi Fujimoto have the advantage?
It was a nice takedown, but Fujimoto had the control the whole entire round. 4 minutes of control, push kicks, leg kicks, punches, good ground and pound, good posture over there. I'll still give a 10-9 round for Gabi Fujimoto.
All right, we have the first round in the books, and Plinio Cruz said that Gabi Fujimoto, in his eyes, took this first round. Got some time with her coach, and behind her, what an honor to have a world-renowned bodybuilder and also coach Rogério Camões. So many others, so many. So it definitely gives you a lot of confidence when you have a man like that caliber of experience in your corner. 1 minute rest is up. You have Fernando Portela in the center of the cage, Gabi Fujimoto in the red tape, and Claudia Alves in the blue tape. We got 5 more minutes of action here at LFA 183. We're live once again from Rio de Janeiro. Opening up fight weekend here, we have UFC 301 tomorrow. Urseg versus RFA champ and also UFC Flyweight champ Alexandre Pantoja. He'll be defending his title here in his backyard tomorrow. 5 more minutes of action.
Gabi already controlling the center of the cage. Letting the opponent good head movement over there, mixing punches and leg kicks.
And she's walking correctly. She's moving with her opponent, not letting her create the distance that she needs.
And one very good thing that she does, you see, she knows how to mix her steps with the feint as she moves forward and setting up for the right hand. Over the top. Sometimes she throw overhead, sometimes she takes jabs up and down. Nice high kick. See the way that she can stitch the distance in with the feint.
Both shot in for that takedown at the same time. Alves gets the best of that attempt. Takes Fujimoto to the cage, trying to put that pressure. A little bit smaller, has more pressure, but Gabi Fujimoto found a way out of that trap in the middle of the cage. Taking action once again, walking forward, feinting that jab. Good right cross to the body. He's got the feints kicking. Look at that, nice push kick to the liver.
Very good. In the push kicks, one thing they got to be very careful sometimes, and it's very good also to measure distance, to set distance, because once you're able to land 1, 2, 3, your opponent get very careful on the way that he steps in, on a jab, on an overhand, because he does not want to get stabbed by a push kick and get down.
Rocks her with that right hand. Gabi Fujimoto walking forward. She smelled that blood there for a split second, but Alves, being experienced, still standing. Tried that combo starting low down in the body, finishing up top with that right cross. Alves trying to switch stance. She's walking, switching stances. That opens up for that inside leg kick also.
100%. You know what, I like to show Gabi what she's doing too, the way that she fakes that she's going to throw a knee. So you do not know if it's a push kick, it's a knee. That also freezes the distance from our opponent. She's very good at finding this and measuring this.
Catches that kick, throws that right hand, gets on top of Gabi Fujimoto, tries to close that distance. Alves is known for having that right hand. Good moment now. Gabi Fujimoto was a little wobbly there after that attempt by Alves. That was a good blitz.
That was a good blitz over there, but Gabi seemed to be able to recover a little bit. She was definitely rocked.
Walks forward. She saw that those hooks were catching. She was able to get 2 more in now, walking forward. But you got to be careful though, Plinio. Once you walk in like that, that's exactly what I was going to say. That's exactly what I was going to say. When you close that distance that way, you're opening up for that takedown. You're going into that double leg. Gabi Fujimoto, great timing for that double leg. Now she has that advantage. 1 minute and 50 seconds to work from a top and dominant position that she can inflict damage, and she's known for inflicting damage for that. Elbows and for ground and pound all day long, and she could get that win. But man, kudos to Alves. She did have Fujimoto rock there for a couple seconds.
She did. What I like to see now Fujimoto, I like to see her teammate Bia. You see how both of them do not muscle, do not overpower, no positions. They basically glide and ride the opponents, just flow with them. The way they did the ground and pound, the way they put the position from half guard. Very good elbow they go on the stomach too. Very smart to the body chop from the ground and pound.
You got Gabi Fujimoto's grappling jiu-jitsu coach screaming out the play. He wants her not to stop working from the top, which is very, very good, Plino. She stays on top and she works this last minute aggressively. She'll have the round in her hands.
100%. Alves having to make strong grips, having to use energy over there. Alves seems to be cut on the top of the forehead. Inflicted some damage. Nice leg press right there for the Northern group. See the way that she stays straight.
Good leg kick there by Alves. Apparently, Gabi Fujimoto was a downed opponent. She did have a knee. That's considered an illegal kick. Fernando Portela, experienced as he is as a ref. He just said that no point is going to be taken. There is a warning. There's some bleeding there out the nose of Gabi Fujimoto. The doctor's going to come in real quick, make sure he wipes that down. See if you can take a look at the replay. The exact moment. I believe she was grounded.
I think one knee was down and the other leg was up. That's it was in the ground.
Fernando Portela, very experienced ref, UFC level, everybody on CAB MMA, Brazilian Athletic Commission. Very well-rounded refs. Let's take a look at that replay. Her right knee is down. Yep, her left. Yep. Her left knee was down. Her right foot was coming up. It would be considered as 2 feet because it's a knee and a foot, but it was as her leg was going up. Her foot was still on the ground, so it can be considered definitely an illegal up kick. They looked at her nose. Apparently, she's good to go. She does have time. MMA rules says that you have up to 5 minutes. Looks like Fernando Portela decided that he will take that point. 1 point less. Third and final round. We're going back in the same position. Very good call there for Fernando Portela. Back in action now. Last round in this last fight for the early prelims. Gabi Fujimoto on top. I believe you were under a minute there. Working well. Probably took that a little personal. Or you're gonna kick me? Got 15 seconds left. She's trying to put pressure. She's got Alves' head on the cage, making her uncomfortable. Trying to run the clock there. Yeah, run the clock. Sorry, I said third and final round. This is the second round. We still have one more. We will be gifted with 5 more minutes.
We'll be seeing a lot of work, that's why. It seemed there was 3 rounds.
Second round is up. It's important to keep in our minds that Claudia Alves lost a point in the second. Do you think Gabi won the second round?
Definitely 100%. Another 10-9 round for Gabi. So right now, from Alves, she gotta go and finish this fight right now.
And if you think Gabi won that round 10-9, it should be a 10-8, as Claudia got that point deducted from her due to the illegal strike. So, yeah, that was the moment when Gabi got rocked there, walked backwards, but covered up correctly.
Covered up, recovered. She was smart to make some distance, recover, and then got from the level change. The beautiful double leg takedown over there.
And Alves just walked in straight to that double leg takedown. Just literally walked in. She threw an uppercut, didn't find anything, went up to the ceiling, and Gabi Fujimoto had an open highway there.
One more time, and I'm impressed. And at the same time, should not be impressed because I know the work these guys do. KO squad bringing very high-level fighters and young records, and that's very good for this sport. Bringing all the prospects to the house.
All right, we have the last 5 minutes of this third fight of the night. Gabi Fujimoto and Claudia Alves. I'm Max Suarez. By my side tonight, Plino Cruz. Doing the first 3 fights here for you guys in English. Then we go over to the Portuguese broadcast and do the rest of the night in Portuguese. But Ron Kruk, the legend, will be on this same side of the cage with another legend, Gilbert Burns, with you guys all night. Fujimoto in the red tape, Alves in the blue tape. Fujimoto likes to do those leg kick feints, right? Feinting, like you said, thinking it was a knee, maybe a push kick's gonna come, confuses her opponent a lot.
What does she do with the knee? You don't know if it's a push kick going up or a knee itself. So you kind of freeze your opponent distance from jabbing because they want to take a body shot, or a knee, or even a shot because you don't know if you're gonna get kneed on the face while trying to level change for a double leg or another takedown. That's a very smart thing to use in MMA. It works a lot. Very good leg kick over there.
Third and final round, and like we said before, it's also important. It's always important to say that a young fighter like Gabi, that has 4 fights under her belt, going to the third round, potentially 5 more minutes, is just going to give her more cage time, and that's so important for a young lady's career.
Absolutely beautiful entrance over there for the single leg. Alves smart with those hammer fists over there. I want to see Gabi try to get the back over there. Very good takedown attempt.
Tried to go for the single, very well defended by Alves. They went to the cage. Fujimoto using her height advantage, threw that knee up in the middle. We still have 3 minutes and 20
Alves showing,
seconds.
man, that she cannot be counted out. Exactly like I said before. She have those fights, man. She have about 12 fights. You can see the way that she defended the takedown, the way that she used hammer fists. You know what I mean? Still a high-level opponent.
Good test here for Gabi Fujimoto. Good right cross there to the body. See a little bit of damage there on the left side of Alves, right above her left eye. Gabi Fujimoto's vicious ground and pound. She's known for that. She's got the little sharp elbows. And
I would like to see a little more counter punches from Gabi when she's taking a blitz like that. If you sometimes just cover up and use your forearms, has almost like a sensor from the touch throwing a left or right hook or uppercut, she can be very happy and successful with that too.
trying to move forward, and one more punch to the body there. She's been working that body a lot more, and you can see it's been wearing off Alves. She seems a lot more tired. She's moving a little bit slower, taking those deep breaths. That just assures you that Fujimoto's plan of working that body little by little is starting to drain Alves.
100%, man. The body shot is like a bank account, man. You gotta be putting those coins at the piggy bank. Sometimes you got enough.
Penny by penny. Strong right hand there by Alves.
I'm very impressed with Fujimoto because she also, just like me on the last fight, she was put in deep waters, stay composed, still with the same level of confidence she was around the gun, moving around, throwing feints, takedown attempts. Very impressed.
And Alves, like we said, very experienced, has been here tons of times. This is her 12th career MMA fight. We can expect anything. We can't count her out. We've seen her land a couple left and right hooks like that. Caught Gabi Fujimoto when she was trying to go in for that takedown, immediately turned her around. She's got 1 minute and 30 seconds to prove a point, get that knockout, put one more win on her tapology.
100%. Very good pace from both fighters, very good level of card, so impressed. So Alves also still looking for the win, still moving forward, still fast with her reflexes, as you can see. Not like a fighter in round 3, be worn out, tired. Both of them showing real high-level skills.
Gabi Fujimoto back to feigning with that right leg. We don't know if it's a push kick, if it's a knee. She's feigning the leg to come up with a right cross.
I would like to see more combinations from Fujimoto from the 1-2s with the body shot and the leg kicks. She have a very good leg kick.
There's that push kick once again as Alves rushes towards Gabi Fujimoto, trying to find that perfect right hook.
Well, Alves being able to achieve with those storms and try to move forward those punches is good. The only problem sometimes she starts from too far away and Gabi is able to level change and take her down. If Alves was try a little more to use more feints, get closer to her, and then storm should be much more successful.
Gabi Fujimoto, 20 seconds, wants to remain undefeated. Good combination leg, finishing with that right hand there for Alves. Getting close to the 10-second bell here for the last round. Goes in for that takedown body lock. Gabi Fujimoto tries the counter throw. Nice knee there by Alves. These young ladies are leaving it all in the LFA cage tonight. That's a wrap for this third fight of the night. Gabi Fujimoto acknowledges her opponent. Great scrap. They went the 15 minutes. They got the 15 more minutes to their resume here tonight in Rio de Janeiro. We've gone the distance. We're going to the official judges' cards. Plinio Cruz your personal and professional opinion here
Very
for this
impressed,
fight.
very impressed. I think 3 rounds all goes to Gabi. I think she's very good. I think she showed very good level of skills. Like I said before, I'm going to repeat, KO squad just breeding top level prospects. Put two of them so far here tonight. We are pleased to see the next generation here in this ring.
There's some highlights for you of this third fight. Alves using the forward pressure, throwing those hooks. Landed a couple of them, but got caught there with the right hook. And there, Gabi Fujimoto now towards the end of the round tried going in for that single F. Got caught there with that high kick. But worked the body very well. Alves, in case Fujimoto wins, made this a tough fight for sure. We're gonna see if Gabi remains undefeated or if Claudia Alves gets her 7th pro win. Let's head up. There we have all the fair play. We have Alves, we have Fujimoto, coaches talking to each other. They know it was gonna be a tough fight. Fernando Portela in the center of the cage. This is the 3rd and final early prelim for you guys here on LFA Fight Network. We'll have 3 more fights for the prelims, and then the main card only on UFC Fight Pass. So if you haven't done so yet, head over to the UFCFightPass.com website, sign up, become a member, and watch not only the LFA's main card, but UFC 301 tomorrow, with Alex Pantoja defending his flyweight title against Steven Ursay. I'm Max Suarez with Plinio Cruz. Rest of the card, we will have Ron Kruk and Gilbert Burns with you guys here in the US, and Plinio and myself head over to the Portuguese broadcast as we do the last 3. And the main card, my man is inside the cage. Fernando Portela is gathering the fighters. And let's go to the official decision with Leonardo Lavati.
Ladies and gentlemen, the judge scored this contest 28-28, and then 29-27, and again 29-27 in favor of the winner by majority decision, Gabi Fujimoto!
Gabi Fujimoto gets her 5th career win, remains undefeated. That's a wrap for the early prelims. We will see you guys soon for the rest of the prelims with Ron Kruk and Gilbert Burns. And main card for LFA 183 only on UFC Fight Pass.
You got your earbuds?